All right, now that you have your listening hats, it's time to put them on. So get on your listening hat, and it's time to listen. So zip your lips and throw away the key, because we have a great book. And this book is called Night Cat. I got this book for my niece Brittany because she has a black cat named Ramona. And I think Ramona is just like this cat. So let's get started and see. I'm going to put on my looking glasses so I can read the words. This book is by Margaret Beams and it's illustrated, which means she drew the pictures, by Sue Hitchcock. And this is another book that I got from the library on our last trip to the library. The garden was full of light and shadows, lamplight and moonlight, full of things that danced and fluttered, leaves and moss and trees. It was exciting. In the garden, Oliver said, "I don't want to go to bed. I want to stay out all night." He's a brave cat, isn't he? Mr. Bundy opened the back door. "Oliver," she called. "Here, kitty." "Oh, stay out then, you naughty cat," grumbled Mrs. Bundy. She shut the door, but the light from the window still shimmered in the garden. Fat, furry moss beat against the glass, trying to get into the light. Oliver leaped up at them, raking them down with his claws. Crunch, crunch, he gobbled them up. Do you see his eyes? Those eyes on that cat looks just like my niece Brittany's cat, Ramona. I wonder if Ramona crunches moss. Sometimes he bumped against the window. Mrs. Bundy heard him and came to the door again. "Oliver, I know you're there. Come along, it's bedtime," she called. But Oliver was gone, hiding behind the rain barrel. That naughty cat. "Oh dear," said Mrs. Bundy. "Then you'll just have to stay out all night. I'm going to bed." She shut the door and turned off all the lights. Now the garden was dark. Just the moon shined down on Oliver in the garden. Now he could hunt and chase things all night long. I would be scared to death. How about you? He followed a silver trail along the path, and it led to a golden brown snail. He patted the snail with his paw, but the snail just pulled in its horns and waited for Oliver to go away. How can you chase something that won't run away, he thought. Look at that beautiful snail. A porcupine stumbled and bumbled across the lawn. That's more like it, thought Oliver. He skittered after it, ready to pounce, but the porcupine rolled itself into a ball and waited for Oliver to go away. "Ow," said Oliver, "it's prickly." Oliver sat very still, watching and listening. A little gray mouse crept out from under the garage. It ran along the garden path, and Oliver's tail twitched. His whiskers quivered. His back legs wriggled, ready to pounce. And when down from the tree swooped, what do you think it was? Something huge! Yow! Oliver scooted to safety under the bushes. Look at him, he's scared to death. We went camping a few weeks ago and we heard owls out in the darkness and they go, "Hoo hoo hoo." Can you do that? Hoo hoo hoo. The owl missed its prey and flew away silently over the rooftop, and the little mouse vanished down its hole under the garage. After a while, Oliver came out. Was really scared, he said, giving himself a quick wash. What's that up there? The wind rustled through the garden, making hushing, rushing noises. Wild clouds turned the moonlight on and off, and the wind ruffled Oliver's fur. It made him feel like racing and chasing like a wild thing. He dashed across the lawn, straight up to the trunk of the big old walnut tree. And there, nose to nose with him, was... What do you think it was? A bright-eyed, furry possum sitting in the fork of two branches. It was bigger than Oliver. Oliver backed down slowly, then faster and faster and faster until he hit the ground running. Possums are those furry little creamy colored things with big eyes and big teeth, and they make terrible noises, and they play dead so that you'll leave them alone. Don't touch one because they will bite you. Oliver wandered around the garden. He wondered what to do. The moths were gone. Snails were boring. Porcupines were prickly. Mice were too quick. And possums were too scary. Bloop! A fat raindrop landed on his nose. Pit-pat, spitter-spatter, more rain fell. Uh-oh. Oliver sat at the doorstep to keep dry. He thought of his basket in his warm kitchen, his cushion, and his saucer of milk. He was tired, and the garden was dark and wet and lonely. "I want to come in," he yelled. "Meow! Let me in." Mrs. Bundy opened the door. "So there you are," she said. "I suppose you want to come in now." But she wasn't really mad, so Oliver rubbed his head against her legs and walked inside. He drank his milk and curled up in his basket. It wasn't really scary. I wasn't really scared, he thought, but she'd be lonely without me. So he came in so his owner wouldn't be scared. Do you believe that? Because I don't. He was really scared out there because he's an indoor cat. Cats are crazy and fun. And I never had a cat, but I've always wanted one. But like I said, my little niece Brittany has a crazy cat, Ramona. And this book reminded me of it, so I thought I should read it for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. See you later.